Welcome back, statistics students. We are still inside of chapters 6 through 8, okay? And we're on to our actual last example with the monopoly. If you're just now joining us, I've been working on this monopoly example for quite some time, dealing with the number of spaces from Go and the cost of a property. Please, if you're just now joining us, at least go back and watch the very first video so you know what we're talking about. There's 12 total examples, and this is the last one, like I said. So here we go. It says compute the average spaces from Go and the average cost of the properties. Plot this on the graph. What do you observe? Okay, so I have my calculator sitting over here. Just a couple reminders that I've already inserted all my data inside of here. If you're looking for this data, again, that is on the previous videos. And now what we're going to do is we want to run some statistics on these. Here, because we have two variables, we can actually do the 2var stats, save us a little bit of time here. Notice that I have L1 and L2. And I run this, and what I see is X bar, which of course is the spaces, right? The average space, basically, from Go is 20.04. And then Y bar, which is essentially the average cost, is this 203.21. Okay. Great. So we have those, right? So we get this, technically, we get this point, right? This is a point, and I want to plot this, okay? And what I've done a long time ago, all the way back, in the second video over this example, I actually graphed my points here. These are all the spaces, these orange things. This is my least squared regression line, which I did a while back too. And now what I want to do is I want to insert this point over here. And I think I'll go into Y2, and I'll type in the 203.21 for the Y bar, right? And if I hit enter, and I go back to the graph, you can see that it cuts through, right? You can see that it hits, obviously, it's a horizontal line. It's going to hit my least squared regression line at some point. Here it hits it right there. Now, the big question is, like, what point is this at? Technically, it should be this point right here, right? So it should be at 20. Okay, this part over here where they're hitting should be at 20. In fact, here, maybe I'll try to I was going to try to actually highlight this with my pen, but that's okay. I think you get the point. It's right here where I'm hovering above, right? So here what we can do is we can kind of cheat, and if I hit trace and I hit up, right, you can see that it's at x equals 20, 203.21. I mean, and then if I click up one more time, I'm on 20 and I'm at 202.97. Like, yeah, I get that they're not exactly perfect, but in reality they would be. You see how many decimal places I'm going out up here and up here? So what am I noticing, right? Over here, the question was asked, well, what do you observe, right? What am I observing? Well, the point, X bar, Y bar, which is the average of the spaces, the number of spaces average, and the average of cost is graphed on my least squared regression line. And this is a huge key that you should know. This will always be the case. The only thing that would stop this from being true, okay, in your small sample is you round. If we round a little bit differently here and there, especially with the least squared regression line, this will be off slightly. But theoretically, this will always happen. Okay, this will always happen. And that actually completes the monopoly example. Okay, if you missed any part of the 12 questions. Feel free to go back. Okay, each video, there's a video over each individual question. All right.